All right, this is the Monday, September 18th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here along with you. Let's start off with a look at a couple cameras across the region. There is a peek at the Greensboro Tower camera looking toward downtown. Fairly quiet stuff this morning. There's a look at our Charlotte, there you go, Charlotte Dowd YMCA camera. Bank of America Stadium, where the Panthers moved to 2-0 yesterday afternoon, and temperature in Charlotte at 68. Notice the humidity at 100%. We do have some patchy fog out there in a few spots, but at this point it's nothing that's terribly widespread. There's your temperatures again early this morning during the 5 a.m. hour. 50s in the high country, a lot of 60s in the Piedmont, some 70s near the coast. But let's spend a lot of time in the tropics here. That is a big topic of conversation. Tropics remaining very, very active. And already we have some of the impacts from Jose being felt close to home. Now, the interior Carolina is nothing really but a northeasterly flow associated with Jose, but we will have some showers move into the Outer Banks at times today. In fact, check out the high-resolution future radar product here. You can see some of the outer areas of Hurricane Jose moving through the Outer Banks today and tonight. Now, the actual center of Jose will stay a couple hundred miles offshore from the Outer Banks, but still, some breeziness, some wind, certainly some clouds, and a lot of showers moving through at times. Now, a couple systems of note. This is Maria getting stronger. I'll spend a lot of time on Maria coming up here in just a second. Now, there's Jose beginning to kind of have that look of a non-tropical type of low, that hybrid low pressure. It's getting ever colder waters. It's continuing to battle hostile upper-level winds. Now, Jose is still a hurricane, 85-mile-per-hour sustained winds, but it will gradually be making that transition from a true tropical system to more of a hybrid low. But having said that, here's the official track from the Hurricane Center. The center of this staying likely just offshore from the New England coast, but I do think it'll be close enough to have some impact, certainly in terms of wind, but definitely the biggest concern with rip currents and surf. Now, here's the tropical storm warnings all the way from Massachusetts to Delaware. And here's the RPM modeling. I wanted to show you this. There's its closest pass to the Outer Banks, still close enough to get some wind for sure, and definitely a lot of increased surf and some beach erosion. And then here it goes, moving up toward Cape Cod, and then kind of hits the brakes and heads back south from there. So again, there's definitely going to be some coastal flooding with this. There's going to be some beach erosion, some rip currents. The wind itself inland, probably not a huge factor, but certainly some wind and certainly some rain that could cause some flooding issues. Now, let's talk about Maria. 90-mile-per-hour hurricane as I speak, but it is strengthening. And this will likely very soon become a major hurricane once again within the next 24 hours or so. Unfortunately, this will once again move through the eastern Caribbean. This one tracking at this point a little further south than what happened with Irma. But I'm really concerned about the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. This could be a direct impact in those areas and probably is a major hurricane. Southeast approach, this looks bad if this idea holds, and I think it probably will. Again, for the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, then up toward the Turks and Caicos, and then bending kind of north from there. I'll show you long term in just a second. Let's focus on the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. There's Futurecast. And again, this would be Wednesday, thereabouts, when this occurs. Wednesday night. It could be pretty rough, for sure. This is going to be a big problem and a big story you're hearing a lot about over the next couple of days. Now, longer term, there's the computer model guidance with Maria. Two possibilities here. Number one is this heads out to sea, kind of escapes. There's the European computer model solution. The operational run takes Maria off to the east. And by the way, this is actually with the remnants of Jose getting slung back into the mid-Atlantic coast as you have these two lows kind of pivoting around each other, interacting with one another. That's what's called the Fujiwara effect, and that is a possibility. And there's the GFS, the 0Z run. Closer, but still staying just offshore. Now, here's my concern, and I do think this is a valid possibility. This is a look at the Canadian model, and some other models do have this idea too. Basically, the idea here is that behind Jose, which is right here, you get this ridge developed back over top of Maria, and that could direct it more toward the southeast coast instead of staying out to sea. And that is definitely a possibility. It's just too soon to tell. something to watch as we move forward. All right, back to the short-term weather locally. There goes Jose offshore. Isolated showers a possibility, but the chance of rain in the Piedmont in any one spot over the next few days is really very small. There's our highs this afternoon. We get into tomorrow. Similar type of weather day. A lot of warm air coming this week. There's Wednesday again. Rain chances in any one spot quite low. There's your Wednesday highs. Look at the 90s popping up on the board. Now, we'll get some cooler temperatures in here by next week, but this week's going to be warm. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. By the way, there's your Thursday highs. That's it for the latest edition of the video. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.